Hi y'all, in this video I'm going to be showing you how I made these 3-foot marquee numbers for my mom's 50th birthday party. If you want to see how this process went, then just keep watching. So to make these letters, I'm going to be using this foam board that I purchased from Dollar Tree. They are 20 by 30 inches and they were $125 each. For this project, I'm also going to be using this X-Acto knife, this Gorilla Glue that I purchased from Walmart for my hot glue gun, some painter's tape, and some white duct tape to tape the seams down. And last but not least, my hot glue gun that I purchased from Walmart as well. So I'm going to take that white duct tape and tape the foam boards together. I'm using 4 of the foam boards for each letter. So of course I made a 5 and a 0. In this video, I'm showing you how I made the 0. I made the 5 first. I just wanted to try it out to see how it was going to turn out, and it turned out great. So I decided to film it. So if it didn't turn out great, of course you guys were not going to see any of this, but they turned out awesome. I did watch a YouTube video. If I can find that video, well, I will link that video down below to show you where I got this inspiration. She made the number 40 in her video. So I printed this template off Pinterest. I just printed that out and put it down on the foam board, and as I mentioned before, I'm going to use that painter's tape to tape the template down to the foam board so I can cut it out. One of the lessons that I learned from making the number 5 was to tape everything. When I made the 5, I only taped the outside, and then the middle part kept moving around. So I used that painter's tape to tape down a lot of the seams so that it would be easier to cut it out. I am using a piece of wood to place over my carpet before I start using this knife to cut out the number, because I didn't want a lot of little cuts and nicks in my carpet. That would not be good, of course. So this video is sped up. I did not go this fast. It took me almost 3 hours to make the 5 and about maybe an hour and a half to make the 0. So I'm just going to take this blade and cut out the template. I am being very, very careful. I'm going really slow and taking my time so that I can make sure that I don't go off of the template, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to remove that painter's tape and the template from the whiteboard. Shout out to my daughter for coming through to help. You see me now using the knife to cut out some of the spots that did not get cut all the way through. This is because I was really trying to be careful, and I wasn't pressing down too hard because I felt my knife getting stuck in the wood beneath. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish cutting it out, and then I'm going to take that outside piece and put it to the side. So it's all cut out and this is how it looks. Now we have to finish it. So I'm taking a ruler and I'm going to measure that whiteboard, and I want to measure the middle because I'm going to be cutting it in half. I used the ruler to find the middle. Once I found the middle, I made a dot on each side of the ruler. Once I do this all the way to the top of the paper, I'm going to take the ruler and line up the dots, and then I can cut the straight line down the middle.
Do you slide on all your nights like this? Do you try on all your nights like this? Put some spotlight on the slide. Whatever comes, comes through clear. Do you slide on all your nights like this? Do you try on all your nights like this? Put some spotlight.
Now that I have this one all cut out, I can take it and use it as a template to cut out the rest. So I use 4 pieces of foam board total and cut each of them in half. So I'm going to take one side of the one that I just cut, place it down, and use it as a guide to cut out the next piece. So of course the 0 has round edges and this foam board is not going to bend. So I'm going to use this blade to score the foam board and make it bendable basically. So I'm making sure I'm using a really light hand and it's not cutting all the way through, just slightly. And once this is done, I'm able to bend the foam board slightly so that it can fit around those round edges of the 0. So I'm going to repeat this step for each of the pieces that we cut out. We want to be able to cover the entire perimeter of the 0 and the inside to create this 3D effect. We are almost done. So now I'm going to take my hot glue gun and just place a small amount of glue on the edge of the piece that's going to be standing up. And then I'm going to glue it down to the outside of the zero. You don't want to use too much glue because you don't want it to run off the edge. Once you have put a small amount of glue onto the standing piece, you're going to go ahead and place it down and hold it firmly until it's dry or almost dry, until it'll stand on its own. And then you can start gluing the rest of the piece down. Now this part is a little bit easier to do because you already have it attached. You can just place a little bit of glue and then work your way down until you have the entire piece attached. Now that I have all the pieces actually glued down, I'm going to take my white duct tape and tape all the seams together. All right, we are all done. It turned out really, really good. It's standing on its own, so that's great. So now I'm just going to use these lights that I purchased from Amazon. It was 25 lights. And I'm going to use those to place inside of the zero to make it shine bright like a diamond. To place the lights, I'm going to be using the X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to make an X or like a star shape inside of the zero or the foam board, and I'm going to push that light through. I did not do this in any particular pattern or style or anything. I just placed them randomly around the entire zero. Now that we are all done, I'm just going to turn it over and replace the bulbs. And this is the finished product. It added just that little extra touch to my mom's party that we needed, that little extra razzle dazzle, sparkle, or whatever you want to call it. They turned out really, really well. They are 3 feet tall and they were cheap to make. I brought 20 foam boards from Dollar Tree, and the lights were, I think, $12 a box from Amazon. The lights were the most expensive part, but they turned out so well. So, as always, thank you all so much for watching. If you are new here and not subscribed, I would really appreciate if you would do so. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up. Thank you. Bye bye.